Dad, I don't understand how you can just sit there like everything is fine. Do you even realize what my life is like? What it's been like?
What do you mean, Ravi? Of course, I know what your life is like. I've seen you grow up, struggle, and succeed. I'm proud of you.
Proud of me? Really? What have you done to help me get here? You say you're proud, but do you even know what I've gone through? All my life, I've had to fend for myself. You were never there.
Ravi, that's not true. I've always tried to provide for you, to give you the best I could with what I had.
Provide? You call that providing? We barely made ends meet. Do you know how embarrassing it was for me in school? Watching all the other kids get new things while I had to wear the same old, worn-out clothes. I had to work part-time just to save up for anything extra. Where were you in all this?
Ravi, we didn't have much, it's true. But I worked day and night to put food on the table, to keep a roof over our heads. It wasn't easy, but I did what I could.
That's the problem, Dad. You keep saying you did what you could, but it was never enough. You never pushed yourself to do more. You just accepted that life was hard and that was it. I had to figure out everything on my own, my education, my career. I had to fight for every opportunity. What did you do to help me with any of that?
Ravi, I'm sorry you feel that way. I always thought that by working hard and staying honest, I was setting an example for you. Life isn't just about money or status.
But that's just it. Life isn't just about getting by either, Dad. It's about thriving, achieving something, making a name for yourself. You never did that. You just existed. You never took risks, never aimed higher. And now you're sitting here, proud of what? Proud that I had to figure it all out on my own? That I had to struggle to get out of the hole we were in?
Ravi, I didn't want you to struggle, but I also wanted you to understand the value of hard work, of earning things on your own. Maybe I failed in some ways, but I never stopped caring about you or wanting the best for you.
Wanting the best isn't enough, Dad. You have to act on it. You have to make sure your kids don't go through what you did. But you didn't. You were content with mediocrity, and that affected me. Do you even know how much it hurt to see other dads showing up for their kids, helping them with their homework, their college applications, their job interviews? Where were you when I needed guidance?
I'm sorry, Ravi. I truly am. I didn't realize how much you were hurting. I thought I was doing the right thing by letting you find your own way, by not interfering too much. I see now that I was wrong.
It's not just about being wrong, Dad. It's about being absent when I needed you the most. You were always so caught up in your own world, work, bills, whatever, that you forgot I was growing up, needing someone to lean on. I had to grow up fast, and I resented you for it.
I never wanted you to feel alone, Ravi. I know I wasn't always there in the way you needed me to be. I guess I thought that by working hard, by keeping the household running, I was doing my part. But maybe I neglected the most important part, you.
I get that you worked hard, Dad. I really do. But it wasn't enough to just work hard. I needed you to be there for me, to guide me, to tell me it was going to be okay when things got tough. Instead, I felt like I was always on my own.
I'm sorry, Ravi. I wish I could go back and do things differently. I wish I had realized sooner how much you were struggling. I was trying to be strong for the family, but in doing so, maybe I lost sight of what you really needed.
It's just, I've been carrying this resentment for so long, and I didn't even realize how much it was affecting me until recently. I see other people with their dads, and it just reminds me of what I didn't have.
Ravi, I know I can't change the past, but I want to make things right between us. I want to be there for you now, in any way I can. Can you give me that chance?
I don't know, Dad. It's hard to just let go of all this. It's been building up for years. But maybe we can try.
That's all I ask, Ravi. Let's try. I don't want you to feel alone anymore. We can work on this together.
Okay, Dad. Let's try. But it's going to take time. There's a lot to unpack here.
I understand, Ravi. I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. We'll take it one step at a time.
You know, Dad, there were times when I used to envy my friends. They seemed so close to their fathers. I'd see them going on trips, talking about life, and just being there for each other. I never had that with you. I wanted it so badly, but it just never happened.
I know, Ravi. I realize that now, and it hurts to hear you say that. I guess I was too focused on just surviving that I missed out on really connecting with you. I thought that as long as I was providing for the family, I was doing my job as a father.
But being a father is more than just providing, Dad. It's about being present, emotionally and physically. I needed you to talk to me, to guide me when I was lost. Instead, I felt like I was navigating everything on my own.
I wish I had known how to be that kind of father, Ravi. My own father was strict, distant, always working. I thought that was just how it was supposed to be. I didn't know any different. But I see now that I should have done more. I should have been there for you in ways that I wasn't.
I get that you were raised a certain way, but that doesn't make it easier for me. I needed someone to tell me that it was okay to make mistakes, that it was okay to not have everything figured out. Instead, I felt like any mistake I made would be another burden on you, another failure.
Ravi, I'm sorry if I made you feel that way. I never wanted you to think that you were a burden. You were my joy, my reason for working as hard as I did. But in trying to protect you from the hardships of life, I think I ended up pushing you away. I never wanted you to feel like you were carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders alone.
But I did, Dad. I felt like I had to be perfect, that if I failed, it would just make things worse for everyone. I never felt like I could come to you with my problems because I didn't want to add to your stress.
I wish you had come to me, Ravi. I wish I had made it easier for you to do so. I was so caught up in my own worries and fears that I didn't see how much you were struggling. I thought I was shielding you from the difficulties of life. But I see now that I just made you feel isolated.
There were times, Dad, when I needed you the most, and you weren't there. Do you remember when I was applying for college? I had no idea what I was doing. I had to figure out the forms, the applications, the essays, everything. I watched other kids getting help from their parents, but I had to do it all on my own. I felt so lost.
I remember that time, Ravi. I was working double shifts back then, trying to save enough for your college fees. I didn't realize how much you needed my help. I thought you were managing fine, that you didn't need me to be involved. I didn't know how to guide you, so I just focused on what I knew, working and saving. I see now that I should have been there for you, helping you through that process.
I felt so abandoned, Dad. I was scared and unsure, and I had no one to turn to. I was terrified that I'd make a mistake that would ruin my chances of getting into a good college. I needed you then, more than ever, but you weren't there.
I'm so sorry, Ravi. I truly am. I can't tell you how much it hurts to hear this, to realize how much I let you down.
I feel stuck. The job is draining me, and it's not what I want to do with my life. I didn't want to burden you with more worries.
Ravi, your happiness is what matters to me. If this job isn't right for you, then you should leave. You don't need to stay somewhere that makes you unhappy just to avoid disappointing me. I want you to find something that brings you joy, something that makes you excited to wake up in the morning.
You really mean that, Dad?
I do, Ravi. I want you to live the life you want, not the life you think I want for you. I've made mistakes, but I don't want to make this one. If you need to leave this job to find your path, then I'll support you every step of the way.
Thanks, Dad. That means a lot to me. I've been so afraid of letting you down, but hearing you say that, it helps.
You're most welcome.